Steph Curry, number 30.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, man. He broke the all-time 3-point record made, surpassing Ray Allen. He's just as now hit 3,000 3-pointers, which is just gonna keep going up and up and up. So, as we all know, where does Steph Curry breaking his 3-point record rank him all time in terms of all-time greats, and who has had more of a bigger impact on the game of basketball in the NBA? Is it Steph or LeBron? Who wants to go first? Since I went first last time, and
I'll go first because I make it I'll make it as quick as I possibly can. I think, yeah, he's right up there with Reggie Miller, Ray Allen. You know what I mean? Like, can't take that away from him.
You mean better?
Better? I don't know about better. He's in the conversation with them.
You know, what about best shooter?
You know I mean? You said, I mean, unless I misheard you, you said, you didn't say where he ranked among the best of the best. You said, is he in the conversation, right?
No, so like, where does he rank like all time?
Oh, all time shooters, he's the best. I mean, but the numbers speak to that. Now, as far as playing, my problem with him is the same as it is with the NBA today in general. I think the game has been spread too much. And you know what I mean? Like, even when I play, I'm a mid-range shooter and you know what I mean? This and the other. I think all the art of driving mid-range shot is going the way of the dinosaurs. You know what I mean? I think we've just spread the floor way too much in basketball. So, but that's my personal opinion. I can't take anything away from his accomplishments, though. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he did what he did. You know? It's, what is it, 3,000 3-pointers, maybe? Like,
and counting.
Yeah. And counting. So, I mean, yeah, you can't take that away from the man. You know what I mean? He's the greatest shooter I've ever seen, you know? So,
yeah, he's going to be untouched. That's for sure.
Yeah.
My feeling
for a while. I mean, but the problem is the game has changed now. So the next kids, trust me, I watch these young kids before we chase them off the court when we play our games. They're all trying to be Steph Curry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the game has become a 3-point game.
Which is what I was going to touch on when you talk about the second part of your question, Werls, which is who has had a bigger impact on the game, LeBron or Steph. I have a 2-part answer, a conditional answer, whatever you want to call it. But if we're talking about LeBron, the argument for LeBron is he made his impact in player empowerment. And I say that, I mean, like, you know, he's the one who really started with these, you know, going to a team, signing a shorter deal, so he can, and bringing his friends along so they can win a bunch of games. You know what I mean? He's the one who really set the precedent of doing that. He's really the one who cemented that whole thing by taking his talents to South Beach. You know, and you know, yeah, he's dominant. You know, he's always at the top of the news wire, whatever he does. But I think in terms of influence on fans, influence on kids, influence on viewership at this point in time, I would say it's Steph, because people are out there, as Kaine said, people are out there, kids are out there calling, you know, Steph when they're trying to shoot from the stands, when they're trying to shoot from, you know, 5 feet beyond the 3-point line. You know, nobody is saying, you know, nobody's saying, calling LeBron's name in the same vein. So I say in terms of the game and on the court, and in terms of just playing and style and whatnot, I would say it's Steph. In terms of empowerment and on the business side of things, I would say it's LeBron.
Agreed. I agree with that.
But nobody plays pickup games or plays in the gym and says, "Yeah, I'm gonna get all my friends to play all my time. I'm gonna initiate trades." Nobody's doing a LeBron on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that point. Well,
that's the same reasoning why I thought Kobe was a better player than LeBron. You know, he had a bigger impact than LeBron. Actually, he was a better player in terms of skills. LeBron's game is all about putting the pieces in places.
Oh boy, you have called up. You have summoned the wrath of Werls right now, boy.
No, well, hold on. That but you see, unlike people, I don't get mad when people have an opinion. That's his opinion. He thinks Kobe's better. I used to think Kobe was better than LeBron too, until when LeBron won his 4th ring, and I was like, okay, LeBron passed him up. That's my opinion.
What?
No, Kobe had 6 rings, didn't he? 5?
No, 5 rings. No, I'm talking about when LeBron won his 4th ring for the Lakers in the bubble. That's when I thought LeBron passed up Kobe.
In terms of what?
In terms of greatest player of all time, where he passed up Kobe.
Rings, though, right? He still only had 4 rings.
Right.
Yeah, no, and he only had 4 rings, but that's when I was like, all right, LeBron has passed up Kobe and MJ in terms of greatest player of all time.
MJ,
when he won, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah.
LeBron is better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's not even a debate. That's not even a debate.
Oh, this conversation is over.
It's not. Hold on. What is it to debate about? LeBron passed up MJ in points. He passed him up in assists. He passed him up in rebounds. Passed him up better shooting percentage.
Great. Go back to the conversation we were saying about Russell Westbrook having phenomenal numbers but not winning games.
Yeah, but LeBron has won too. We acting like LeBron ain't win before. If we talk about,
we're not talking about LeBron and the rest of the league. We're talking about LeBron and Kobe and MJ. You know what I mean? Like,
but how do we compare great? Do we compare them on accomplishments, what they won, or do we just compare about the impact?
Well, what do you define as impact though? What's
impact? You can't compare.
Impact is based on opinion.
On Michael Jordan. I mean,
stats are numbers.
But hold on, if we compare stats, but hold on. So if we're comparing just stats, pure stats, all right. The only thing that MJ has over LeBron is rings and maybe and league and MVPs. But other than that,
those are 2 pretty important things.
But I mean, also when you win, that also has to go to your team too. It's like, hey, not everybody's
Michael Jordan brought what 6 rings back to the Bulls, the same team. He never had to go to other teams to handpick his friends to come along and play with him to win championships. He carried the Bulls half the time by himself. Well, we all saw The Last Dance. So
to me, that's the asterisk right there. That, you know what I mean? When 4 rings for 3 different teams and you're loading your teams. Is different than,
Kobe
winning
and
6 rings with 1 team.
So hold on, wait. MJ didn't have a loaded team?
MJ never left the Bulls to join a loaded team.
But hold on. See, here's the thing with you said, well, LeBron always leaves teams and go low team. LeBron is actually can leave teams and win everywhere he goes. And he actually went back to Cleveland. What did he do? Down 3-1. We're gonna come back 3-1, be a 73 all-9 record-wise. Greatest team of all time, win a championship. MJ can never say he did something like that at all.
And he never left. Of course he can't.
Okay, but what? Hold on, wait a minute. What happened? Time out. What happened when Michael Jordan went to the Washington Wizards?
Oh, even he knew it was over.
Okay, but hold on. But we want to say, well, MJ never left.
He was past his prime. That's a different discussion.
So
he was past his prime when he put on the number 45.
So then he should have never played then. If you passed your prime, retire. You had more than enough money to go smoke cigars.
That doesn't erase everything he accomplished up until then.
I'm not saying it does, but we talk about, well, hey, LeBron just goes and leaves teams everywhere he goes and stacks them up. Like MJ didn't have Pippen, Rodman, didn't have a Hall of Fame head coach for his 6 championships.
But that was a team that was built around him. That's different. You know what I mean?
And every team LeBron goes to is built around him too.
God.
By his phone calls.
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, you think the Lakers keep going the way they're going, he's going to stay in LA? He's going to be back.
He was going to stay. He was going to stay in LA regardless. He was going to stay in LA regardless.
He's going to be like, maybe these winters in Cleveland aren't so bad after.
Nah, he was going to stay in LA regardless. He wasn't going anywhere. He chose LA. LA didn't choose him. He chose to go to the Lakers. That's for a fact.
I'm not disagreeing with that. The Lakers didn't really have any options there once LeBron said he wanted to go there.
The only thing the Lakers didn't have to do was just fuck it up. Just be like, all right, LeBron, when you're ready, we're gonna come and sign you. But going back to the question, Steph, I said rank all time. I think he's I'm gonna say top 15 of all time with that
Bigger
record.
impact, him or LeBron?
Yeah, that was the question, wasn't it?
No, well, we also said where does Steph rank all
Yeah,
time?
that was the
Now
two
he
part.
broke his
Of
record.
all
Two-part
time?
question. Yeah.
So can you name the 14 players ahead of him, and for what reason? Because I mean, I don't know what that. It seems, was that kind of just a random ranking you gave right now?
No, I could say Michael Jordan, Kobe.
That's already two.
not LeBron.
I'm just wondering where that was that arbitrary.
Well, because it's just like he has 2 league MVPs. He's the only player to win a unanimous league MVP. He has 3 rings. He has a good chance of winning his 4th ring this year, and he has a very good chance of winning MVP. So that's only going to elevate his status, in my opinion. But with this record, that's why I say, I was going to top 15, because it's like he's the greatest shooter of all time. Nobody will come close to his record. Maybe Trae Young, it'd give him 10, 15 years, but I doubt it. That's the only hope. But that's
nobody
why
in the league. Nobody in the league now can come close to him.
That's
you
maybe
can't say all time.
Maybe the only person is possibly Trae Young, who I give like a small percentage to possibly break his record.
I'm saying like 20 years, 30 years down the road. I mean, this is going to keep going. It's not like he's going to hold that forever. These kids are really practicing being the next Steph Curry.
Yes.
As of now, they're 8 years old.
And to your point, that's why I feel that he's got the bigger impact on the game as played.
I agree.
Because he's got that influence out there.
I agree.
Yeah. No, in terms of overall, like the game itself, Steph, because everybody wants to jack up threes and nobody wants to play defense anymore. When you go and play pickup games at the blacktop, it's like, oh my God, this dude over here is pulling up from half court. Like, bro, you're not Steph. Give me
they're pulling up from the next zip code.
Yeah. But like NBA wise, LeBron, as you mentioned, Kyle, because of the whole player mobility thing that he endorsed, and we will never see a guy who's 6'8" that could legit play all 5 positions, but that's just in NBA terms. But overall, Steph definitely had a bigger impact. Well, for bad reasons, because everybody thinks that they Steph Curry. But
that's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
I mean, they're attempting to do it, to do what he does, but they're obviously not doing what he does. But that's a whole other story. Just this interesting little footnote, though. Steph Curry has won his 3 championships with the same team.
Golden State.
Wait, hold on, time out. Who did they have to go to get to help beat LeBron?
Oh, wait a minute. What?
No, hold on, time. Who did they have to go?
Wait a minute. They did it without him. They did it without him.
Barely. One. They did it one while, and then what happened? What happened the year after that? Hold up. So they won one without him, but what happened the year after that? They lost. So then what they had to do? Hey, KD.
Oh, but no. But wait a minute.
I need you to take down the big man number 23.
This is interesting. Didn't because you're saying that they called him.
Yes.
The Warriors beat OKC, and KD was getting some of that flack that he was getting for joining them is because they beat him. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what would make you think that they called him? He's a free agent. He had his choice. He could go wherever he wanted. He wasn't traded. He didn't force his way out of there. So I don't get what you're saying. What makes you think that they called him and said, we need you. We beat you, but now we need you.
Draymond Green legit called KD in the parking lot after they lost to Cleveland. That's a true story.
No, I know it's a true story. But that's Draymond Green. That's not the ownership. That's not the GM at the end of the day.
That's not even Steph Curry.
But hold on. But Draymond is one of the souls of the franchise. Come on, we can't be if Draymond Green, who is a very important piece of that Warriors team, calls you, he's like, hey, come on, hey, we need you. And then I think they all flew out to the Long Island out here in Montauk to go see him.
And you know what the other funny thing about this, the irony behind this is that when KD was catching all that flack for winning two rings with them, and then he left via free agency. Everybody was like, oh, he wants to. I think there was the word out he wanted to try and do it on his own or something at that point, or whatever. So when he went there, the narrative was he didn't want to deal with any ball hogs. He loved the way they played. He loved the way they shared the ball and things like that, whatever. And then he left that situation, supposedly trying to prove that he can do it without them. And then what does he do? He brings
James Harden. Yeah.
He pulls a LeBron.
He brings James Harden.
And now he's on a super team on the East instead of a super team in the West. So I don't know.
It's just that he's the center on the Nets, and he wasn't the center, not position center.
And supposedly he didn't want
star in the Nets.
But supposedly he didn't want to be the centerpiece, and he was okay with it because he wanted to win.
Yeah.
Now, but anyway.
But I mean, we also can't talk about like manipulate. When you're sitting and talking about LeBron, we can't talk about manipulating and stacking teams. We can't talk about it. We can't, because LeBron is the king of that. He's like the king on the chessboard, moving the pawns, is what he is. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't necessarily fault him for that, because, you know, hey, why wouldn't I want to be on a winning team?
It all comes about player empowerment, like I said earlier. And you know, I don't fault Kyrie for getting his money, even if he doesn't play a full season ever. I don't fault I don't fault LeBron for having the power for, you know, to the influence from some of his peers, his colleagues, to say, hey, you know, I want to go play with you, whatever, come play with me. I don't fault them for having that kind of stature, or for collecting whatever it is they're collecting, whatever. I mean, good for them. If it's good work, nice work, if you can get it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's not hate. Trust me, it's not hate.
It sounds like it is.
It's not hate. I'm just speaking facts. I'm saying, hey, you know what I mean? If you tell me, hey, Kyle, we're going to pay you, you know, $1 million to sit here, you know what I mean? And you have to sit here, you know what I mean? And you know, as long as you're sitting here for that I can see you on camera, you know, you're going to get $1 million every time. You know, and if I turn my camera off and walk away, and you don't have a problem with it, you think I'm going to come back and say, oh, you know, by the way, I was in another room for this whole time. You know, you want me to give back that $1 million? No, you have no problem with it. Why should I have a problem with it? I'm collecting my money, right? So hey, nice work if you can get it.
Oh man. Is that it?
You have a point. I mean,
you guys are killing me tonight.
Well, hey, listen, if you could find me a job that pays $1 million just to sit on Zoom, I think we all sign up for that.
I think that's a given. That's a given.
Yeah, right.
It's a given. It's not debatable. Especially if I can choose who. Yeah, well, you know, I'm going to bring in 5 of my friends and sit them here on camera, and they're all going to make $1 million too.
They give us $1 million each.
Winning, the whole squad winning. Oh man.
Anyway.
Oh God. Oh man. Well, my hair is really long. All right. Well, that is it for episode 3 of Hoops All In. I'd like to say thank you to Rain Multimedia for executive producing this show and this podcast. Check them out on YouTube, Rain Multimedia. Check us out as well on WerlsTV. Thank you, Kaine, again. Kaine is going to be dropping some nice beats for the track in 2022. Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
man. Got some good stuff coming.